Are you not feeling cold? So only three members are coming for online, right? So due to weather, we'll connect offline. వెదర్ చాలా కోల్డ్గా ఉంది కదా, ఆఫ్లైన్ కనెక్ట్ అవుదామా అని అంటున్నాను. నాట్ నౌ, ఫ్రమ్ టుమారో ఆన్వర్డ్స్. ఓకే ఓకే, ఆఫ్లైన్ అంటున్నానా, రివర్స్, సారీ, ఆన్లైన్. ఓకే, సో it is difficult for you also to come, right? So for me, far it is. From there it will be very cold, full fog. Huh? If you all people are willing to come, then I'll come. No problem. Online, online people.
Yes, ma'am.
Who's that?
Gopichan, ma'am.
Okay. So when you come previously,
I came only once, ma'am.
yeah, then
Tomorrow onwards I'll come, ma'am.
I'm just planning to take offline, online. So due to weather, okay. So until let it reduce little bit cold, then we'll plan for offline.
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, fine. So mostly it will be there up to Jan 1st or something, right? After that it will reduce. Okay. So I already shared the screen. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. Yes, please. Which class, ma? 24th. Okay. So we discussed about selection screen, right? Okay. What is selection screen? What is selection screen?
Selection screen is used to give the input from the end user to the application.
Hmm. Giving option to user to enter the values. Of course, the same you said. Okay. So user can enter their own values. That is called selection screen. Okay. In that, what we learn?
Parameters and
Yeah. Parameters keyword only we learn. What is the use of parameters keyword?
to give the single input.
Correct. To create single input field. Okay. And what else?
That option.
No. We are not discussed about select options up to now. By using parameters keyword, what else can be created?
Checkboxes.
Checkpoints.
Very good.
Checkboxes, radio buttons.
Radio buttons. Okay. So by using parameters, we can create single input fields, we can create checkboxes, we can create radio buttons. What is the difference between checkboxes and radio buttons? We already discussed. And so we learned that what is that, if you are giving parameter type I, so it will be integer. Like that, I can choose whatever the data type except float. Float is not allowed in the selection screen. If I want to give default values, default is the keyword. If I want to make the field mandatory, obligatory keyword. If I want to give search help for an input field,
Match code.
keyword is match code object. Search help you need to create and assign that to the input field by using match code object keyword. This and all we learn. And how to create checkboxes and radio buttons we learn. If the checkbox or radio button always refers to type C, because it's going to hold only single value. If it is selected, what it will store? If it is selected checkbox or radio button, what it will store in the backend? Yeah, capital X. Okay, X only, but small x if you write, it won't be. So always it should be capital X. Okay. If you are selecting any radio button or checkbox, in the backend in the program, it's going to store it as a capital X. If you are not selected, single space. Okay. Then uh, we saw that how to design this blockwise. So I just want to design blockwise. Then selection screen begin of block with frame title. So if you don't want the title also, the syntax you have to write. If you want the title here, text symbol, double click on that and write it, it will get the title. Otherwise, leave it is empty. It will be having only the block. Selection screen begin of block, end of block. That is for creating the block. With frame title. If you want the title, double click on the number and you can give. And then if I want empty lines in the selection screen, then selection screen skip is the keyword. How many lines you want, you can just give it. Okay, so this is what we learn. And apart from that, we learn one more also. What is that? By seeing the technical name, so user can't understand that. That's the reason we are going to give alias name, that is selection text. So how to give that? Go to text elements, selection text. That is the path. Okay. You have to by heart these all the answers, question and answers I asked. The same can be comes into the interview also. So this is what we learn and we discussed already about this. Next, I'm going to discuss about a range of input field. Up to now, what we learn only single input field. But I want range means from so and so 1 to 10. Okay, like that I want. At that time, I can't use parameter. So then we are going to use select options. We are not yet discussed on that. I'm going to start now. Clear, ma? Up to now, I just recapped. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Can we start the range of input field? How to create?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. For that, first of all, we need to define a variable. If I want any range of input field, first I need to define the variable. Okay. Which data type you want the field, with that data type you can refer it. Except the float, all the data types are allowed. So I'm declaring a variable. I know how to declare a variable. Data statement zv num, which is of type integer. My variable is ready. Now I'm going to refer my select options to this variable. Okay. Select options s underscore num for zv underscore num. I'm going to refer a variable and variable will be declared on the top. Okay. So this is how I'm going to create a range of input field. This is the syntax. What happens when it is created like this? You can see it is creating that lower limit, upper limit means 1 to 10 I can give. And this is multiple selection. This is also called as extension. Multiple selection. What is this? If you open this, if I want single values, like I want like two table, means 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 10. I want multiple single values. At that time, I can give like here. Okay. I want select ranges 1 to 10. I want. After that, 100 to 200. I want. After that, 1000 to 2000. I want. Like that, multiple ranges if I want, I can maintain here. Clear? Then, excluding single values, which I don't want. Okay. Single values only, which I don't want. I don't want 5, 15, 25, 55, like that, which I don't want. I can mention here. And exclude ranges. Same. I don't want the ranges. 20 to 40, I don't want. Okay. 100 to 200, I don't want. Like that, which you don't want, also you can give. Clear? So, this is called extension or multiple selection. This is called lower limit. This is called upper limit. This is called extension. సో ఏం చేసామ్మా, ఫస్ట్ నాకు రేంజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్పుట్ ఫీల్డ్ కావాలి అంటే సెలెక్ట్ ఆప్షన్తో క్రియేట్ చేయొచ్చు. సెలెక్ట్ ఆప్షన్ నేమ్ ఇచ్చి దేనికి రెఫర్ చేయాలి, ఒక వేరియబుల్కి రెఫర్ చేయాలి. ఆ వేరియబుల్ని డిక్లేర్ చేసుకుంటున్నాం. ఇక్కడ డేటా టైప్ ఏదైనా వాడుకోవచ్చు. ఇప్పుడు దాకా వాడిన అన్ని డేటా టైప్స్ వాడుకోవచ్చు. మనం పారామీటర్స్ చూపించాను కదా, ఇంటిజర్, క్యారెక్టర్, న్యూమరిక్, ప్యాక్డ్ డెసిమల్స్, డి, ఓకే, all string, everything is allowed. User defined also allowed. VBAK, VBLN, ERDAT, VBAK, ERNUM, like that everything is allowed except float. What happens when you created this means it creates range of input field. Means I'll have multiple selection. I can give from 1 to 10, 1 to 100, like that I can give range. And then we have extension button. Here we can give single values. నాకు 2 ఒకటే కాదు, 2, 4, 6, 10, లైక్ దట్ నాకు మల్టిపుల్ వాల్యూస్ కావాలి అని చెప్పేటప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఇవ్వచ్చు. యా, then select ranges. Okay, so I want 1 to 10, 10 to 15, 60 to 70, like that. If I want ranges, multiple ranges కావాలంటే అప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఇవ్వచ్చు. ఎక్స్క్లూడ్ సింగిల్ వాల్యూస్ అంటే వద్దు, ఈ వాల్యూస్ నాకు వద్దు, 5 వద్దు, 15 వద్దు, అప్పుడు ఎక్స్క్లూడ్లో ఇవ్వచ్చు. ఎక్స్క్లూడ్ రేంజెస్, నాకు 1000 నుంచి 10,000 వరకు తీసుకోవద్దు, 20,000 నుంచి 30,000 వరకు తీసుకోవద్దు, మిగతా తీసుకోండి, అలాంటివి ఎక్స్క్లూడ్ రేంజెస్ ఇక్కడ ఇవ్వచ్చు. క్లియరా? సో దిస్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ ద ఎక్స్టెన్షన్. Is it clear? Any questions up to here? Is it clear? Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Online?
No, ma'am.
Offline is good, right? Yeah. Online, no questions?
No questions.
But select options is very, very important for interview questions. Parameter is simple, creating single input field. But select options, they can ask interview. So questions, what happens when you created select options? Because it is going to create internal table with header line in the backend when you create a select option. So that's the reason this question frequently asked by the interviewer. Because in future you're going to use the select options and you're going to use in your programs frequently. At that time, how it is going to react, that if you want to understand that, first we need to understand what happens in the back end. Means this is front end. What happened? I can see this is the lower limit, this is the upper limit, and I have the extension. This is front end. Fine, we discussed the front end only up to now. I can give single value, I can give range of value, I can give multiple singles, multiple ranges, multiple excluding singles, multiple excluding ranges, correct? Front end only we discussed. But back end, how the system is taking that, that is very, very important for the interview. So what happens when you create select options? That is the interview question. For that, I'll just show you practically. I'm keeping the breakpoint and run it. Sorry. I'll give some value here. One only I given. Execute. Or without giving also you can execute. No problem. You can go to the desktop. Double click on the name. See what happens? This hat symbol and table symbol represents internal table with header line. So when we are discussing about internal tables declarations, we discussed internal table with header line. Internal table also will be there. Header also means work area also inside that will be there. We are not going to create, but system creates, we need to understand. You can see this. Okay. The name represents work area. Header means work area. The internal table name with open and closing brackets means it represents the body, means internal table. Clear? You can open like this, or you can go and click on this table symbol also, it will take you to the same. So name represents work area, Open and closing brackets represents the internal table. So whenever you created select options, what happens in the backend? It creates internal table with header line. What fields will be there? Internal table only. Internal table means it will have the fields, right? Which fields will be there? Means always fixed. You can declare anything. It always be fixed. Sign, option, low, high. That's it. If you refer to the another data type, or if you refer to the user defined data type, so whatever it is, the field names are not going to change. It always be sign, option, low, high. Clear? But what is the difference? When I refers to the I, you can see it is I of 4. Int 4 it is taking. If I am referring to character 10, it will be character 10 it will take. The length will be low and high will be, it will be taken that length. Okay. If I am saying packed decimal, it's going to take 8 characters. After decimal, how many? Like that, only the length is going to change. But field name will be the same. Low and high only. Clear, ma? సో ఏం చెప్తున్నాం, మనం సెలెక్ట్ ఆప్షన్స్ అన్నప్పుడు ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్ ఎలా ఉంది అనేది చూసాము. బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ ఏమవుతుంది అనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఏమవుతుంది బ్యాక్ ఎండ్? ఇట్ క్రియేట్స్ ఇంటర్నల్ టేబుల్ విత్ హెడర్ లైన్. దానిలో ఇంటర్నల్ టేబుల్ ఉంటుంది, వర్క్ ఏరియా రెండు ఉంటాయి. దానిలో ఫీల్డ్స్ ఏముంటాయి? ఎప్పుడు ఏదైనా సరే నువ్వు ఏ సెలెక్ట్ ఆప్షన్ అయినా తీసుకో, దాంట్లో ఉండే ఫీల్డ్స్ మాత్రం నేమ్ సేమ్. సైన్, ఆప్షన్, లో, హై. కాకపోతే నువ్వు ఇంటీజర్కి రెఫర్ చేస్తే ఇంటి 4 అని తీసుకుంటుంది. క్యారెక్టర్ 25 తీసుకుంటే క్యారెక్టర్ 25 తీసుకుంటుంది. నమ్సీ ఆఫ్ 10 అంటే నమ్సీ ఆఫ్ 10. ఆ లెంగ్త్ అనేది మారుతుంది తప్ప ఫీల్డ్ నేమ్ మారదు. క్లియరా? ఓకే. ఇప్పుడు చూద్దాం మనం ఒక్కొక్క వాల్యూ ఇస్తే ఎలా స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే. సో దీంట్లో హౌ ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు స్టోర్. సైన్ విల్ హ్యావ్ ఓన్లీ 2 ఆప్షన్స్. IRE, not this one. It creates internal table with header line. Sign is going to have only 2 options. Where is this? Sign is going to have only 2 options. It's going to store either I or E. I means include, consider this value. E means exclude, don't consider that value. ఓకే. సైన్ అనే దాంట్లో ఎప్పుడు రెండే స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. ఐ అన్నా ఉంటుంది, ఈ అన్నా ఉంటుంది. ఓకే. ఐ అంటే తీసుకో, ఈ వాల్యూస్ని కన్సిడర్ చేయి. ఈ అంటే వద్దు, ఈ వాల్యూస్ని తీసుకోవద్దు అని మీనింగ్. క్లియరా? దెన్ ఆప్షన్. Option, what it is going to store? It's going to store equal to, it's going to store between, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to. These options and all will be there in the option. ఓకే. సో ఆప్షన్ అనే దాంట్లో ఇవన్నీ అలౌడ్. ఏంటివి? ఈక్వల్ టు అంటే నేను ఒక సింగిల్ వాల్యూ ఇస్తే ఈక్వల్ టు అని తీసేసుకుందా ఆల్రెడీ. 1 to 10 ఇచ్చానంటే బిట్వీన్ అని తీసుకుంటుంది. నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు అని చెప్తే నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు. గ్రేటర్ దాన్ సింబల్ ఇస్తే గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఈక్వల్ టు సింబల్ ఇస్తే ఆ వాల్యూ. అలా ఈ వాల్యూ అనేది బేస్డ్ ఆన్ మనం అక్కడ ఇచ్చిన దాన్ని బట్టి బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. క్లియరా? ఈ వాల్యూస్ మాత్రమే అలౌడ్ ఇన్ ద ఆప్షన్. హౌ ఇట్ స్టోర్స్ ఐ షో యూ ప్రాక్టికల్లీ, డోంట్ వరీ. దెన్ low is going to store the lower limit level. High is going to store the upper limit level. మనం లోయర్ లిమిట్ అంటే మన ఇంటర్వెల్ అన్నప్పుడు ఇక్కడి నుంచి ఇక్కడికి అని ఉంది కదా. ఫస్ట్ ఉన్నదాన్ని లోయర్ లిమిట్ అంటారు, నెక్స్ట్ ఉండేదాన్ని అప్పర్ లిమిట్ అంటారు. సో ఆ లోయర్ లిమిట్లో ఉండే వాల్యూ వచ్చి లోలో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. హైలో ఏదైతే అంటే అప్పర్ లిమిట్లో ఏదైతే ఇస్తామో అది హైలో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. ఓకేనా? ఇవి టోటల్గా ఉన్న ఆప్షన్స్ ప్రోగ్రాంలో ఎలా స్టోర్ అవుతాయి అనేది. ఇప్పుడు నేనేమి ఇచ్చాను? సెలెక్షన్ స్క్రీన్లో 1 ఇచ్చాను అంతే. కాబట్టి ఏమని స్టోర్ అయింది? ఐ. కన్సిడర్ చేయి. ఈక్వల్ టు, నాకు 1 ఒకటే కాబట్టి ఈక్వల్ టు తీసుకుంది. నౌ కనెక్ట్ అయిపోయినట్టుంది. Always you need to go for change mode only to debug. No, you can go to display mode also and debug. Whenever you are debugging, don't go for change mode. Debug in the display mode only. That is the best way. Whenever you want to change the code, then only go for change mode. If I want to fix anything, I want to add any extra code, then only go for change mode. ఓకే. సో డీబగ్గింగ్ ఎప్పుడు చేంజ్ మోడ్లో చేయాలని లేదు. ఎందుకంటే నేను ప్రీవియస్ బ్యాచ్ వాళ్ళు ఇప్పుడు రియల్ టైంలో వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఏం చేస్తున్నారు? చేంజ్ మోడ్లో పెట్టి డీబగ్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఎందుకు? నాట్ రిక్వైర్డ్. సో మీరు చేంజ్ మోడ్లో పెట్టినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? బై మిస్టేక్ ఏదన్నా డిలీట్ అయిపోతే, ఏదన్నా సంథింగ్ అయితే అవసరం లేదు. డిస్ప్లే మోడ్లో పెట్టి డీబగ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఎప్పుడు కావాలి చేంజ్ మోడ్? ఇఫ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు యాడ్ ఎనీ ఎక్స్ట్రా కోడ్, ఏదన్నా యాడ్ చేయాలి, లేదు నువ్వు చూసావు బగ్ ఉంది ఫిక్స్ చేయాలి, అలాంటప్పుడు మాత్రమే చేంజ్ మోడ్లోకి వెళ్ళండి. నేను ఎందుకు చేంజ్ మోడ్లో అంటే ర్యాండమ్గా చేంజ్ చేస్తా 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 డీబగ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాను కాబట్టి స్టేట్మెంట్స్, అందుకే ఎప్పుడు చేంజ్ మోడ్లోనే డీబగ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాను. బట్ ఎప్పుడు కూడా ఎక్కడ డీబగ్ చేయాలి? డిస్ప్లే మోడ్లో డీబగ్ చేసుకోండి. ఓకే, always go for debugging in display mode. Don't go for change mode. I am always showing the program. I'll frequently changes the statements I'm doing, right? That's the reason I'll keep always in change mode. Clear, right? Yeah. Now I'm just running this. I'm just given only one and I want to show how it is going to store. That too in the lower limit I given. S underscore num, double click, then it will show here. Open the table, you can see sign is I, means consider this value. I given only one, that's the reason it is taken equal to. Clear? If I am giving the range, what happened? Come back. I'm just making as 1 to 10 and then run. This is lower limit, that is upper limit. Desktop, go to the s underscore num, open it and see sign I, means include, consider these values. What is that? Between, because 1 to 10 I given, means 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, all the values I want to consider. Between 1 to 10 how many are there? Take all the values. నేను లోయర్ లిమిట్ అప్పర్ లిమిట్ ఇచ్చినప్పటికి ఏమైపోయింది? ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ వరకు అన్ని తీసుకో, కాబట్టి బిట్వీన్ అని తీసుకుంది. సింగిల్ వాల్యూ ఇస్తే ఈక్వల్ టు తీసుకుంటుంది, రేంజ్ ఇస్తే బిట్వీన్ అని తీసుకుంటుంది. సింపుల్. క్లియరా? నెక్స్ట్ ఎక్స్టెన్షన్. విల్ సీ హౌ ద ఎక్స్టెన్షన్, ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్, హౌ ద వాల్యూస్ ఇట్ విల్ టేక్. Come back, go to the extension. I want, okay, 20, 30, 40, 50. I'm just giving multiple single values. 1 to 10, take it. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, take it. After that, take 20, 30, 40, 50. That's it. Okay, so execute. These are single values, not the range. 20 to 30 I'm not set. 20, 30, 40, only those values. Then how it is going to store?
1 to 10 between 1 is only equal to.
Very good, correct. You can see s underscore num I, consider these values. 1 to 10 range, so it is taken between. Remaining and all single values, so it is taken as equal to. Then go for the ranges. 1 to 10 single range only is there. Now I'll say that consider this from 100 to 200 also. 1 to 10 already there. Consider one more range also. Now again range means again what it will do, it will take between. మళ్ళీ రేంజ్ చెప్తే మళ్ళీ బిట్వీన్ అనే తీసుకుంటుంది. See, it is taken between 100 to 200. 1 to 10 means between, remaining single values means equal to. But what is this value? I means consider these values. ఈ వాల్యూస్ని తీసుకోండి అని చెప్తుంది. Now I'll go for exclude. Exclude values. I don't want 500. I don't want 600. Okay, I don't want 700. Don't want. So what happened? It is single values. So option will be equal to only.
But excludes.
Yes, sign will be exclude. Very good. You understood the concept very well. You can see 500, 600, 700 equal to only. But what we are saying, don't consider this value, exclude. ఓకే, ఇవి తీసుకోవద్దు. ఎప్పుడు 600 ఈక్వల్ అయితే తీసుకోవద్దు, 700 ఈక్వల్ అయితే తీసుకోవద్దు, 500 ఈక్వల్ అయితే తీసుకోవద్దు. క్లియర్? దీస్ ఆర్ ఎక్స్క్లూడ్. సో వీ హ్యావ్ ఎక్స్క్లూడ్ రేంజెస్ ఆల్సో. ఎస్, కమ్ బ్యాక్. అన్నీ ఒకసారి ఇవ్వాలని ఏం లేదు మా, మీకు కావాలన్నప్పుడు ఇవ్వచ్చు. కాకపోతే నేను డిఫరెన్షియేట్ చేయడానికి అన్నీ ఒకేసారి ఇచ్చి చూపిస్తున్నాను. ఓకే, I don't want to consider 1000 to 2000. Again see, it's a exclude. Between only will be there, but exclude. Don't want. సో రేంజ్ ఇచ్చాను కాబట్టి బిట్వీన్ అనే తీసుకుంటుంది, కాకపోతే వద్దు అని చెప్తుంది. సి, బిట్వీన్ ఓన్లీ ఇట్ ఇస్ టేకింగ్, బట్ ఎక్స్క్లూడ్ ఓకే తీసుకోవద్దు. క్లియరా? నెక్స్ట్, మరి ఆప్షన్ ఏం చెప్పారు ఇక్కడ? ఈక్వల్ టు, బిట్వీన్ తప్ప వేరే ఏం రావట్లేదు. వాట్ ఐ సెడ్, ఇన్ ద ఆప్షన్ విల్ హ్యావ్ ఈక్వల్ టు, బిట్వీన్, గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఈక్వల్ టు, లెస్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు, నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు. ఆల్ దీస్ ఐ సెడ్, బట్ వేర్ ఈస్ దట్? కరెక్ట్? You can see, just go here and double click on here. It will show all the options. Okay, you can choose whatever you want. I want greater than or equal to 15. Greater than or equal to 15, I'm said. Just execute. You can see, go to the num. Before only equal to, between only you saw that. Now you can see greater than, equal to. I consider only, but which number you want to consider? Greater than 15 means 16, 17, whatever it is, consider. Greater than or equal to means 15 also consider, 16, 17 or like that also consider. Clear ma? How we are going to get greater than, less than? Based on the option if you choose, it will get all this. Clear? Any questions? So this is about select options, which is very important for interview. In the selection screen, if they are asking any questions, means check boxes, radio buttons they can ask. They can ask default values, how to pass, obligatory, match code, object, keywords they'll ask. After that, very important question means select option only. Mostly questions falls on select option. What happens when you create select option? In the backend, system creates internal table with header line, which is going to have sign option low and high. Okay, sign is going to have two options, high or e. I means include, consider. E means exclude, don't consider. Option is having equal to, between, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to. Low is whatever you are giving lower limit will store in the low. whatever you are giving upper limit, that will store in the high. Clear, right? Offline is clear. Online?
గ్రేటర్ దెన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు వాల్యూ ఒకసారి చూపిస్తాను.
No, చూడండి మా. I consider
ఎలా వాల్యూ ఎలా ఇవ్వాలి అని
value.
కోడింగ్
కోడింగ్ ఏం లేదు. ఇక్కడ వెళ్ళి మీరు ఇక్కడైనా సరే డబల్ క్లిక్ చేస్తే ఇస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు రేంజ్ ఇచ్చాను కదా 1 to 10, కాబట్టి ఎక్స్క్లూడ్ ఇంక్లూడ్ మాత్రమే ఉంది. అదే సింగిల్ వాల్యూ ఇస్తే నేను అన్నీ డిలీట్ చేసేస్తాను. ఓకే, అన్నీ డిలీట్ చేస్తాను. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఇక్కడ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 10 తీసుకోవాలి. గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు 10 డబుల్ క్లిక్ చేయి, చూడండి. గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు డన్. ఓకే, అలా కాదు, నాకు మల్టిపుల్ వాల్యూస్ కావాలి. 10 కన్నా గ్రేటర్ ఉండాలి, 100 కన్నా లెస్ ఉండాలి. ఎస్, గో అండ్ డబల్ క్లిక్ అగైన్. ఓకే, లెస్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు 100. ఓకే, లైక్ దట్. నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు, నాకు ఇది ఉండకూడదు. నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు 500 అయితే అసలు తీసుకోకు. నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఇలా ఇచ్చుకోవచ్చు. మల్టిపుల్ వాల్యూస్. If it is single, in the lower limit itself, you can double click. You can see I'm running this. రేంజెస్లో మీకు గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఉంటాయా? రేంజెస్ అంటే కన్సిడర్ చేయవద్దు, ఇవే ఉంటాయి కదా. బిట్వీన్ తీసుకో లేకపోతే తీసుకోవద్దు. సింగిల్ వాల్యూస్ అయితేనే ఉంటుంది. గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఈక్వల్ టు, లెస్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు. అవి క్లియరా? Yeah. Any more questions online?
Let us simplify that.
No, ma'am.
Okay, I want to show one more field also with this, so that you can see whether you are having the same sign option low fields or you are going to have any other. Okay, for that, first what I need to do, I need to declare variable. I'm just declaring a variable VBLN, user define. I'm just taking type VBAK hyphen VBLN. Now I'm going to use select option. Here also I use colon, and you can give any name. S underscore VBLN for ZV underscore VBLN. You can see we already saw in the num what and all fields are there. Sign option low and high, correct? Just keep the breakpoint. I'm not given any values, it will be empty. That's it. If you give the values, it's going to store. If you are not given the value, it will be empty. You can see S underscore num is empty, 0 records. S underscore VBLN empty. S underscore num, what is the fields? Sign option low and high. So see the S underscore VBLN, it creates internal table with header line, sign option low and high. But what is the value of this? See, character of 10. Why? Because VBLN is character of 10. That's the reason it is taking character of 10. But here I'm just taking integer. That's the reason it is taking as int 4, which is by default 10 characters length. Clear? Any questions? Got it right? Whenever you created select option, the name will change, but inside the internal table, field names are not going to change. Sign option low high only, but the field length will be changed based on your data type. Clear ma? మీరు ఏ సెలెక్ట్ ఆప్షన్ క్రియేట్ చేసినా ఆ నేమ్తో ఏమవుతుంది, ఇంటర్నల్ టేబుల్ విత్ హెడర్ లైన్ క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది. దాంట్లో సైన్ ఆప్షన్ లో అని హై అనే ఫీల్డ్సే ఉంటాయి. ఏం చేంజ్ అవుతుంది, ఆ డేటా టైప్ అనేది లో అండ్ హై డేటా టైప్ లెంగ్త్ మాత్రం చేంజ్ అవుతుంది బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద రెఫరింగ్ యువర్ వేరియబుల్. నువ్వు ఏ వేరియబుల్తో రెఫర్ చేస్తే దాని డేటా టైప్ లెంగ్త్ తీసుకుంటుంది. క్లియరా? ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్స్ online? Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, now so I don't want this lower limit upper limit. Okay, For example, I'm just giving, whenever I created, I'm giving lower limit, upper limit, extension. I don't want extension for the num field. What I can do, I can say no extension. For the next field, I want extension, but upper limit I don't want. No intervals. Activate it. And obligatory default match code object, that and all will be the same applicable for select options also. See, for first one I said no extension. Extension is got, multiple selection got. Next, for that upper limit I don't want, I said, so it is gone. Clear? So no extension keyword which avoids the extension, no intervals which avoids the upper limit. No extension ఎనిస్తే మల్టిపుల్ సెలెక్షన్ బటన్ రాదు, నో ఇంటర్వెల్స్ అంటే అప్పర్ లిమిట్ రాదు. క్లియరా? రిమైనింగ్ సేమ్. ఆబ్లిగేటరీ మ్యాండేటరీ చేయాలంటే ఆబ్లిగేటరీ అని యాడ్ చేసేసుకోవడమే. డిఫాల్ట్ సింగిల్ వాల్యూ ఇవ్వాలంటే డిఫాల్ట్ కీవర్డ్ ఇచ్చుకోవడమే. F4 హెల్ప్ ఇవ్వాలి అంటే టేబుల్లో ఉందంటే ఆటోమేటిక్గా వచ్చేస్తుంది. టేబుల్లో లేదు అంటే సెర్చ్ హెల్ప్ క్రియేట్ చేసి మ్యాచ్ కోడ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఇచ్చేస్తాం. క్లియరా? ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆన్ దిస్ మా?
No, ma'am.
With this we finish that selection screen. You can see all the, what is that use of selection screen, to giving option to the user to enter the values is called selection screen. Parameters is the keyword to create single input field. Parameter type, data type, all the data types are all except float. And you can see default is the keyword to give the default values. Obligatory keyword to make the field mandatory. Match code object is to give the F4 help for the input field. And alias names, how will you? By using go to text element selection text. And then if I want to create the block, selection screen begin of block, selection screen end of block with frame title. This syntax you have to write. If you want the title in the output, give this text symbol, double click and give the name. Otherwise leave it empty, it will be only block will be created. So this is the syntax. And you can see empty lines, if you want selection screen skip, how many lines you want you can give. Then how to create range of input field, first declare the variable, then refer to that variable. So that is about what happens when you created select options. Very important, I said it creates internal table with header line which will have sign, option, low and high. Sign is going to have IRE values. Option is going to have equal to, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, not equal to, between options. Low is going to store the lower limit value. High is going to store the upper limit value. No extension, to avoid the extension means multiple selection to avoid. And no intervals to avoid the upper limit field. So this is about that. And 25th class is going to have checkboxes and radio buttons. You can see checkboxes, radio buttons. So what is the difference, first of all, that we discussed here? We already know that square boxes are checkboxes, round buttons are radio buttons. When you're creating single checkbox is allowed, single radio button is not allowed. Minimum is 2 in a radio button. This is creation. Selection, you can select single checkbox, you can select multiple checkbox. Without selecting also you can go. Minimum is 0, maximum is all. In radio buttons, by default first one will be selected. If you selected other will be deselected. So minimum is 1, maximum is 1. Clear? That is about that. And then how to create that checkboxes means this is the syntax. How to create radio button means this is the syntax. Always will refer to type C only. Why? Because it is going to store single value. If it is selected, it's going to store capital X in the backend. If it is not selected, it's going to say store space. Okay. So up to here, this and all fine. Any questions up to here? I just shown the syntax and explain. Online? Any questions up to here?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Next example, I'm just going. What is that? We learn already select statements, right? What is the use of select statement? Get the data from database to our internal table or work area. Correct? So I'm just written up to now the like that. Select star from VBAK into tables ET VBAK where yarnum equal to CURA. This is what we written already, correct? SY sub RC equal to 0 and if. This is we learn already, correct? How to declare my internal table now? Mm. 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 Good. Okay, database table, not dictionary. Okay, so that is how you are going to create the internal table. Now what happened? I'm just going to get the data. Maybe the ideal time is very less. That's the reason it's going off. At least in real time you'll have 10 to 15 minutes. If you are not touching that session for 10 to 15 minutes also, it will be there. That ideal time they'll fix basis. Okay, here they were kept very short. That's the reason when we are discussing about theoretical, it will go off. మీ సిస్టమ్ కూడా మీకు ఉంటుంది ల్యాప్టాప్లో కదక్క. మీరు అసలు టచ్ చేయకుండా అలా పెట్టేస్తే ఆటోమేటిక్గా లాక్ అయిపోతుంది కదా, సేమ్ లైక్ దట్. Data ZTVBAK type standard table of VBAK. Select star from VBAK into table ZTVBAK where ERNUM equal to CURA. Up to now we learn this SY sub RC equal to 0 and if. Just activate it. Now I can keep the breakpoint here. Just run. Wherever you want to, you can keep the breakpoint. Declarations, you can't keep breakpoint. Selection screen, you can't keep breakpoints. One more is that we'll see in the later. Events will be there. You don't know what is meant by events now, we'll see. ZTVBAK, yes, it is copied all the fields from VBAK. Now what I'm saying, select in one hit, go and hit the table and get all the matching records of CURA. Correct? Now always it's going to fetch CURA only. I want to pick that SSN IT. Then again developer need to go and change. So instead of that, we are going to give the option to the user. Okay, so no need of worry. I'll give the option to you. You just choose whatever the name. Based on that I will fetch the data. How to give? So for that, parameters p underscore yarnum. Okay, yeah, VBAK hyphen yarnum or refer to the data element. That is up to you. Now instead of passing this hard coded value, this is called hard coded value or literals they'll call. సో ఎప్పుడైతే మనం ఇట్లా ఫిక్స్డ్గా ఒక నేమ్ అట్లా ఇచ్చేస్తే కొటేషన్స్లో వాటిని హార్డ్ కోడెడ్ వాల్యూస్ అంటారు, లేదు లిటరల్స్ అంటారు, అంటే లెటర్స్ రాశారు అని. ఓకేనా? ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ఐ పాస్ దిస్ yarnum. Okay, now activate it. Just run it. See, I'm passing same CURA here. Just run it. Breakpoint I forgot. Just CURA only I'm just giving. Okay, how it is going to work we'll see. Later we'll choose the other values also. So ZTVBAK, okay, p underscore yarnum is CURA only. Just FY, the same 24 matching records it got for CURA. Correct? Now what I'll do, instead of CURA I'll give my own, means user can enter anything. So SSNIT they want to see. Just execute. CTVBAK P underscore yarnum is SSNIT. By passing SSNIT, how many records are there? 16 records matching with SSNIT. Clear? So I'm not fixing literals. I'm not doing the hard coded values. I give an option to the user so that enter whatever it is. I'll pass to the table. If it is there, it will pick. Otherwise, it will be failed. That's it. Clear, ma? This is how you're going to pass the single input field to the select statement. Fine. If it is range,
Yeah, selections. Select option.
select options will use. But how to pass to the select statement? That is differs. We'll see. Okay. So I'm going to comment this. First, what I need a variable declaration data num type vbak hyphen num. Declaration is done. After that, I'm going to write select options s underscore num for zv underscore num. Okay. When it is single value, I'm passing equal to. Parameter means single value, so I can use equal to. But range means 1 to 10 it may be, or multiple values, maybe multiple excluding values, we don't know, right? At the time we'll use in keyword in s underscore num. Whenever parameter you have to use equal to. Whenever select option you have to use in parameter. This is also very important to remember. You should not use equal to for select option. You should not use in keyword for parameter. So parameter equal to select options in. Now keep the breakpoint and run. You can see I'm just giving only single value called CURA. How it is going to act? Same like our parameter, single value only, right? S underscore yarnum. You can see it is equal to CURA. So it's going to pick only that CURA. FI, you can see ZTVBAK 24 records are there. Correct? Now execute, come back. I'm giving multiple values. I want CURA and SSNIT also. Both. That is 24, this is 16. Both will be picked. Feel the difference here. Check చేసుకోండి మా ఎలా ఉంటుంది అనేది. సో సింగిల్ వాల్యూస్ ఇచ్చాను ఈక్వల్ టు దానికి మ్యాచ్ అయ్యే డేటా మాత్రమే తీసుకురమ్మంటున్నాను ఇంటర్నల్ టేబుల్కి. FI హౌ మెనీ రికార్డ్స్ 40 రికార్డ్స్. ఏముంటాయి దాంట్లో? SSNIT ఉంటుంది, CURA మాత్రమే ఉంటుంది. సింగిల్ ఇచ్చాను. ఇప్పుడు రేంజ్ ఇస్తాం. ఫీల్ ద డిఫరెన్స్. మీరు ఇచ్చిన వాల్యూస్ వద్దు అనుకుంటే డిలీట్ కొట్టేస్తే పోతుంది. ఓకేనా? ఐ వాంట్ ఫ్రమ్ CURA టు SSNIT. రేంజ్ అడుగుతున్నాను. ఇప్పుడు అలాగే తీసుకొస్తుందా? బిట్వీన్ సి నుంచి ఎస్ వరకు వాట్ ఎవర్ లెటర్స్ ఆర్ దర్ ఇట్ విల్ పిక్ ఆల్ దోస్. You can see S underscore yarnum is between. Starts with C, ends with the S. How many letters are there? With that, how many matching records are there? All the data it will pick. You can see 13,487. Because, so you can see CURA, it lies in between SS and CURA. You can see H is lies between C and S. Correct? So you can see H. I'm just scrolling. You can see the numbers are changing. Yeah, M is between C and S. So all the data range from here to here 1 to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Same like that. C to S, C, D, E, F, G, H up to S. Clear? So this is how it's going to pick the data. Very important to remember. whenever you are passing parameter to select statement equal to, whenever you are passing select options to the select statement in keyword. Remember, clear? పారామీటర్స్ పాస్ చేస్తున్నామా ఈక్వల్ టు యూస్ చేస్తాం, సెలెక్ట్ ఆప్షన్ పాస్ చేస్తున్నామా ఇన్ కీవర్డ్ యూస్ చేస్తాం. క్లియరా? ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆన్ దిస్? That's only I discussed here. If you want to pass parameters to the select statement means select in single input field, then use equal to, okay, in where condition. And then you can see here, if you want to pass select option to the select statement means range of input field, then use in the where condition. Clear ma? Practically also I shown. Any questions up to here? Offline is good. Online, any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All these are very important now. Without this, no program. All these are very important. Declarations, yes, in every program we'll do the declaration. Internal tables, variables, work areas, constants, all we are going to utilize. Select statements, yes, of course. If you want to fetch the data, definitely we are going to use select statements only. Then processing statements to combine multiple tables will write it. Selection screen, whenever you want to give to the user option, we'll use. In reports also we'll use it. In BDCs also we'll use it. In smart forms also we'll use it. Wherever you want to give the option to the user, we are going to use. That's the reason I'm not showing report and explaining. If I'm showing that entire end-to-end example, you will think that, hey, this is for report only. No, selection screen, wherever user want to give the enter the values in any rise of objects, user want to enter selection screen. Clear, right? Yeah. So like this we have one more important, very important concept is modularization technique, that I'll start tomorrow. Very important. All the rise of objects is going to cover with that modularization techniques. Okay. So once it is done, we'll start the reports. Means modularization technique is done. 70% of your ABAP is done. That's it. 70% is done. After that, no coding, only process. No coding means only process. Report a detailed explanation. Conversions, upload the data. Forms, design the layout. All the basic codings and all we learn. Okay. So, like when you are learning ABCDs, ABCD up to Z, you learn. That's it. No any another alphabets, right? You're going to use the same and frame the next 2 letters, 3 letters, 5 letters like that, right? Same like that. Modularization is done, done. Coding part is done. Then you're going to build on top of it rise up objects. But modularization techniques are very, very important. We are going to start from tomorrow's class. Okay. If I'm saying important means remaining are not important, no, those are also important. But this is very important for the interviews. They'll stress more questions on that. So if you are getting question on select single, select up to under one question, or for all entries prerequisite, how joins and difference between joins and for all entries, like that, how many questions we will get in that? Hardly 4 or 5. But modularization technique, you can get a number of questions on that. Lot of questions. Okay, what is modularization technique, why we are using, what is the options are available, what is meant by pass by value, pass by reference, pass by value and return. So what is different types of function modules, how many types of methods are there, what is the instantiation, interfaces and abstract classes, like that. Lot of questions for your interview purpose. That's the reason I'm saying very important.
The modularization only hooks concept will come.
Yes, all function modules will come. In the core ABAP, we have subroutines, function modules that comes under core ABAP. And when you come to the advanced concepts, object-oriented programming, that whoops will start under modularization technique only. Everything is covered, core and advanced. Okay. Any more questions, Ma? So tomorrow onwards we'll connect offline. Sorry,
Online.
online. Sorry. So online. Okay, ma. Until this weather sets, then we'll start. Okay. Online. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Tomorrow onwards online until I'll inform you. When we require offline, then I'll inform you. Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.